Hey, hi, hello, and welcome to the show. My name is DDare Bionic, if you did not know, and I am back with another video. All right, y'all, so it is Mental Health Chat Monday. It is Negro Solstice. We about to get our superpowers, and we're about to learn about some mental health on today. Black people, what power did you get today? I just want to know. I'm not going to tell y'all mine because, I'm just waiting for it to manifest. I'm still waiting. But what y'all get today? Let me know in the comments. Tell me, black people, what superpower you got today. All of that aside, if you are new to my channel, Mental Health Chat Monday is when I give you all of the knowledge that I have acquired over the years about mental health. Today's topic is not necessarily mental health centered, but it does center on something that affects your mental health. I'd like to start this video like I do all my videos. I am not a mental health professional. I am not a therapist, a licensed psychiatrist. I am none of those things. I am simply a black man who is, dealing with high functioning depression and general anxiety disorder, imparting my knowledge upon you. Take it as you will, with a grain of salt or a grain of sugar. Without further ado, all of that out of the way, let's get started with this week's video. All right, so today we are talking about something that was requested from a Facebook post that I shared, and the post was about growing up in a loving home versus growing up in a home built on survival. Okay, I have to go look at the post real quick just to remind myself what the hell I was talking about. So basically, I'm going to give like a little bit of perspective on what it is to grow up in a home of love. I'm going to kind of compare and contrast the two, and I'm going to kind of talk about how to stay rooted in love, raising your own children, and breaking the cycle of survival. So let's start at the basis. What is the big difference between growing up in a home of love and growing up in a home of survival? And that is truly the parent. It all is really dependent on the parent. My home was very nurturing. My mom allowed us to make mistakes. She allowed us to learn from each other, to be independent, to be autonomous in the things that we did. She never shot down a single thing that we ever wanted to do, except for when I wanted to run track. Not that it caused me any trauma or anything, because really I should not have been running track, but like, it's a funny story. Maybe I'll tell it sometime. But truly, my mom never told me no, really. I mean, she told me no because some stuff you just couldn't do, like some stuff you're just not allowed to do because you're a kid. But truly, my teenage and childhood years, I can only ever remember joy. I can only ever remember getting literally every single thing I ever wanted. I got this tattoo, Jack Skellington, when I was 17, to remind myself of my childhood because I was torturing myself so much, mentally, and I was struggling so much. But I got this to remind me that my childhood was the most amazing of any person could ever ask for. We went on trips, we went on vacations, we did so many things, but it's not even just about the things, it's about the way our mom talked to us. It's about the way she allowed us to be wrong. It's about the way she corrected us when we were wrong. It's about the way we, people like to say that we were good kids. They're like, oh, you have such good kids. We had a good mom. We have a good mom. Our mom raised us to be, feel like I keep saying the same thing over and over and talking in circles, but we were autonomous. When we wanted to do something, we did it. We could go up to the park and play for hours, but you better be in before the street light comes on. Okay. And we knew better than to not be out because there was such mutual respect. I think that really is where it is. There was so much mutual respect between parent and child. We understood that she was in charge, that she was making the rules, but not in a way of, if we break the rules, we would be severely punished. If we break the rules, there would be punishment, of course, because you break rules, you get punished. That's what happens. But it was never I'm gonna beat you, or lock you in a whatever or ban you from this because you did this one little thing wrong. I can even remember one time, this is just one example of how deep the connection my mom and my siblings and I all have. So there's 4 of us that grew up together, my 2 older brothers, my sister and I, and my mom. And we were living in this house in Moline Acres, which is a neighborhood in St. Louis. We don't live there anymore. I had to be 8 or 9 years old, and it was the dead of winter. It was like a blizzard outside. It was cold as hell, and my mom had to go pay, I think it was the electric bill or something at this place called Food for Less, which does not exist anymore, but that was a grocery store at the time. And my oldest brother was like, "You're not going alone." And she was like, "Y'all are not coming with me." And then we all were like, "Well, you're not going to walk by yourself in a blizzard at nighttime. No, that's not going to happen." So literally myself, my 2 brothers, and my sister, we all strapped up in our coats and our snow jackets and scarves and gloves and walked in the snow to Food for Less. My mom didn't force us. She didn't even really want us to go because she wanted us to stay at home safe. But we love her so much, love her so deeply, could not allow that to happen. So we all walked together. We went, paid the bill. We stopped at the Popeyes that is still there, got something to eat. We came home. We all took a shot of Robitussin. None of us got sick. We had hot cocoa and we watched movies. That has been my life, is the 5 of us banding together to take care of one another, to be there in a time of need, no matter what it is. We all have always been there for each other. And I know a lot of families have that, and I know a lot of families that are raised on survival have that, but in my understanding, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding is that when you're surviving your childhood, you are not being raised. Does that make sense? You're not being allowed to be a human. You're not being allowed to make mistakes without immense repercussion. You're not being allowed to do things that kids do. Kids get into stuff. It happens. You might also be being abused. You might also be just in a home where there is abuse in the home, even if it's not you that's being abused. And oh my God, I love people so deeply who have grown and lived through that and who are breaking those cycles, who are struggling to teeter that line between survival and love. My love goes out to you, and I will answer any questions you need at any time. Comment below, hit me up in my DMs, whatever you need to do. I will love to talk to you about it. So let's kind of move on to ways to stay rooted in love and breaking the cycle, especially when it pertains to raising kids. For me, I don't have any children. Will I have children? Who knows? But I have a bajillion nieces and nephews, and it's really cool. My oldest niece just turned 20. If you haven't watched the video, my Makeup and Music Wednesday about the song we did together, you can click the little title card up here and watch that video. It's very sweet. I love that song. You can also watch you can also watch the music video that we filmed together, which will also be linked up here somewhere or down in the description. Who knows? But it was and has and will always be amazing to kind of impart the love that I have been given onto my nieces and nephews. Just as another example, my youngest niece, my sister's youngest daughter, who is not my youngest niece, but my sister's youngest daughter, loves me. She will come, she runs up to me and hugs me. It just really is that, again, mutual respect, that feeling of, she's only 4, but she is still a person. She is still learning and grabbing onto things and being taught. Kids are sponges. They absorb all information you give to them. And that's the best way to start off with breaking that cycle and staying rooted in love, is when your kids are little even to yourself, always lead with respect and kindness. Yes, we have to respect children. Yes, we have to. Black people. Yes, we have to respect our children. Apologize to yourself when you do something wrong to yourself. Apologize to your children when you do something that's wrong, because they deserve that respect as well. I saw a really great article the other day, or not even an article, just a post on the interwebs, that was like, every night when I put my kid in bed, a good friend of mine shared it actually. Every night when I put my children in bed, I ask them if there's anything that happened during the day that I should apologize for. And then they think about it and they either say no or they say, yes, this happened and I apologize. And it also opens up the room for them to, in their present and future, to be okay with apologizing, to be okay with acknowledging and being accountable for their actions. And that's another thing that we need to do to break that cycle, is accountability. Hold yourself accountable for everything that you do. Trauma is it creates an auto response a lot of times, especially for children of trauma. As you grow up, you get that thing switches, that thing happens that you don't even realize is traumatic. But you have to hold yourself accountable for healing that trauma, because no one can heal it for you. Go to therapy. What is my motto? Say it with me. I know you're watching. Say it with me. Everybody needs therapy. I'm going to say that in every video. But healing that trauma is your responsibility. It is yours to hold and deal with. And, people can come along the way that can help you heal through that. But at the end of the day, it is you that has to heal through that autonomously. So holding yourself accountable for your trauma responses, and acknowledging that your trauma responses aren't your fault. That is a product of a negative thing that happened in your past, and you are allowed to grow from that and be different. And that is my next point: growth. You are fully allowed to be any person you want to be. And I think that is the most major part of breaking the cycle, is allowing yourself to be any person you want to be. You do not have to be your parents. Even if you had good parents, you don't have to be the same type of good parent that your parents were to you. I'm trying to keep these Mental Health Chat Monday videos short. So that's all I have for today. I'm going to do a part 2 to this next week. So part 2 of this video will be next week. Make sure you comment below, comment on the post when you see this on social media, and tell me anything I missed that you want me to talk on as far as this talking point. I have a lot of fun talking about mental health. So please comment anything you want me to talk about when it is related to mental health. All that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. How could you not be if you made it this far into the video? And hit that bell notification so you get a notification every time I post. Make sure that you shop my links down below so that you can listen to my music and buy my merch, including this awesome shirt that says "Make Racists Quake." And thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all on the next video. Bye.